there's a delay in broadcasts that builds up over time. They have like special equipment and software that like will accumulate a delay, usually up to 7 seconds. And so if something airs that's not supposed to, like it could be anything. Usually it's swear words that aren't allowed on the radio, but it could be other stuff too. They can hit a button that will take the last few seconds and remove it from the broadcast so people don't hear it, doesn't reach the listeners.
Right.
And it basically brings them up to real time. So they only have so many times that they can hit the button.
Right.
Because it brings the broadcast back to real time. And then over time and with commercials and stuff, they can rebuild up that delay again. But it's really common with like talk radio.
That's interesting. I did not know that. That makes sense though.
Really glad they didn't have that technology back when Kanye did that fucking press thing where he's like, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah, during that live. That was for hurricane relief, right? Wasn't that for Katrina?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Iconic.
Iconic.
I'm surprised he hasn't sampled
But
that.
the amazing thing is who he was on with at the time. It was Mike Myers, Austin Bowers, like the poor man. Like, guys,
what was the show? Like, what was the thing?
I think it was like a relief like type broadcast where like, oh, call in and
so like
donate money towards this thing.
What do you call it?
Like a telethon.
Telethon, yes.
Yeah, something like that. I think.
So internet brain, I keep thinking subathon, but it's not that. It's something else.
Yeah, telethons don't really exist anymore.
No.
Editor, give this man the algorithms flying out of his head for that those few seconds.
I am the editor, so I'll do it.
Give yourself the algorithm flying out of your head for those few seconds.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Got it.
Yeah, got you. Just making sure. But
Kanye is like the king of just saying crazy shit on air.
Sure is.
The Taylor Swift thing, interrupting her award that time, and everything has happened since.
Yep. Bro, gotta love it.
What's your review of the album?
A Vultures 1?
Yeah. Is there gonna be a 2?
What I like to say, probably not if I'm being dead ass. What I would like to say about it, the best way I can put it is that it's the greatest 6 out of 10 album of all time.
Oh, okay.
Wait, which one?
Vultures 1.
Oh, I haven't listened to it.
His new
By Kanye standards, it's very, very mid. But by standards of like a lot of the music out there right now, stylistically, it's very fresh. And I feel like that goes a long way towards making some of the lesser qualities about it like a little bit better, just because it stands out on how unique and I wouldn't necessarily say unprecedented the sound is, but like nobody else is releasing it. Like like Future and Metro Boomin just released an album that's like going crazy right now. That sounds like literally every other trap album made since like the fucking early 2010s.
So do you have the impression that your own review and public reception of it will go up over time? Like later on, people will enjoy it more?
No, I think it's going to be like it's going to be like Donda, where people forget about it almost immediately because he built up this hype cycle.
Junior Watson Nabi.
He built up this hype cycle, and it's the same thing with Donda, and then like didn't follow up on it. He's done that like several times since
the stem player.
But that doesn't count. I
get one of those.
I have the album. Like I copped it. It's available online, for legally, I'm sure. But
legally, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
doesn't mean
it means what it needs to mean to escape litigation from the Easy Ninjas.
Whatever it needs to mean in any given jurisdiction.
For me to not get a DM from Kanye West and then have it immediately posted to his story to put me on blast.
Well, what do you think he would say to you?
Find God.
What do you think?
Find God and find your money.
What would your reply be?
Collab? I would just send him links to all of my unreleased beats.
Right.
Just be like, any of these speak to you, my guy? Look at all my stuff. I've got so much here. Just like, I can be your guy. JPEG's a fucking drama queen, bro. Fucking tag me in, coach.
Yo.
Just gonna post that I stole his album for the Jews.
Yeah.
This one's for the Jews.
Yeah. Reparations for my Jewish homies.
Yeah.
Donda 2. It's like it wasn't even that good. I'd say Donda 2 was probably about as good as Donda 1. But they were both very mid albums.
Hold on. There was a Donda 2?
Yes, that's what was released on the stem player.
Donda 2 Donda?
I never heard it.
Yeah, exactly.
Donda
because
2
it was
Electric
released
Boogaloo?
exclusively on the stem player.
Okay, that makes sense. I only heard Donda.
Yeah. Most people have only heard Donda. I don't understand like why he hasn't. Well, I do but I don't understand why he hasn't released it after stopping production of the stem player. Because it's like now that's pretty much just like lost media.
Well, did you can't get it anywhere other than on the stem player?
As far as I know, I haven't looked too deeply into it because like I said, I just
Are any of the songs good?
I did my thing and I fucking just copped it.
You did what you had to do.
I did what I had to do.
Any songs good on Donda 2?
Yeah, this is a few good songs. I really like the track "Security" for sure. Stands out to me by name.
Why do you think you released it on the stem player alone? Like, because like he's how much of this kind of shit and also canceling albums that got leaked and all that stuff and his whole like music career, not his outside appearance, but just the music side. How much of it is calculated? How much do you think he's just fucking around and figuring shit out as he goes?
No, I think it's almost exclusively that. I think like Kanye probably lives like moment to moment in that like pretty much any sort of like flight of fancy that catches him, he just runs with it. Like that's kind of the vibe.
I think that in general, sort of, but just with the music part, I have a hard time telling.
Well, so like what a lot of people don't take into consideration is that you notice a significant, like he very clearly peaked with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like it was like not like he's not even denying that. So he might say Yeezus, which is fair. Yeezus,
Life of Pablo,
Fantasy. Life of Pablo is like a victory lap for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Fucking goated album, but still not. It's like you got this, and then you've got Life of Pablo like here, and then you've got the TurboGrafx Yandi So Help Me God era, where he literally announced and canceled 3 fucking albums in a row,
Wow.
all of which I also have, because reasons and archival purposes, and
for the greater good of humanity.
Yes, for the greater good of history.
Gotta preserve media.
Exactly, that belongs in a museum, Kanye. But fucking, and I am the museum. My hard drive is the museum. But then like you have the whole
My body's a machine.
Jesus is King, Yay, The Kids See Ghosts, and then like those 3 albums that he produced like for Nas and a couple of other people that were all like the little 7-track album era that he kind of like got back into his groove with, and then you have a few years pass and then this whole thing happens. What a lot of people don't seem to get is that like that's real. Like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. After that is when he like really started. He was doing like fashion and like music and like stuff besides music before that, but it didn't really like pick up huge steam and start making a lot of money until around like after that time.
Okay, and
I feel like because that's something that a lot of people don't understand about Kanye. That's the original point I was getting at is that he's not just a musician. He's like he's CEOs of like multiple businesses. Yeah, he's a business mogul.
Yeah.
He is the richest black man in history for a reason. Like, and he's
is that an accurate fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was for a period. I don't know if it is anymore, but there's a lot on his plate. Like he's got the Donda Academy. He's got Yeezus or Yeezy. He's got this like food thing that he's trying to start. I don't know what's up with that, but it's like some kind of like luxury food catering thing. I haven't done too much research into that. I only really just heard about that recently. But he's got
Trump steaks,
something like that.
We got easy steaks,
yay steaks,
yay steaks.
Yeah, but no, he's got his hands on like a lot of shit going on all at once, and he's got all these he's touring right now between all of it. It's like he's just like I think of what I'm capable of doing as a spry young 28-year-old male, and I think of where I would be if I was in his position. Like 80% of the shots that are called like in anything that isn't his music has to be like through other people. Probably all chirping in his ear, all on his phone or in his assistant's phone, like all throughout the day. So he's got to manage all of that. That's a lot for anybody,
let alone 1,700 questions a day.
Yeah, and that's a lot for anybody to handle, let alone the greatest living artist of all time, who's still able to push out arguably very good music while under those conditions, which most artists today fucking bitch about having to make art while having a full-time job.
So wait, do you think he's the greatest living artist currently?
Boy, I see that wry little smile on your face. I see the whimsy and the spark in your eyes. You asked me that question.
A funny sentiment,
Ryan, look at me. Look at me. I do. No. Hey, no, we were making eye contact. Look at me. Kanye West is the greatest. Excuse me. Ye is the greatest living artist of all time.
I don't know.
A statement so powerful you couldn't even maintain eye contact while I said it. You saw it here, folks, guys.
You
can't handle the
it's
truth.
It's just too intimate for me. You know what I mean? Along the eye contact like that, it starts to feel romantic. You know.
What's wrong with
I'm not
that?
saying it
I
wasn't.
don't know, man. I would probably. You'll probably disagree with me, but I don't know. I would put like Trent Reznor above Kanye West. But they're very much in a similar ballpark. Absolutely.
And here's the thing, right? There are definitely a lot of like artists that are up there, like that are very. It's not like he's like no diffing all these other artists. Trent Reznor,
T-Rez.
As much as I appreciate Trent Reznor and his style of music, given the kind of music that I love,
And all the soundtrack stuff, like that's kind of what I'm trying to take account is like all the stuff that he's done, like modern, like movie soundtracks and stuff like that. It's all really good.
Yeah.
Like the Social Network soundtrack with him and Alex Ross, that's phenomenal.
yeah, no, I would say that is, if anything, probably like one of the least offensive picks like you could have given me after that statement.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, to be no, because
I'm not going to say like Taylor Swift or anything like that. There's nothing particularly like I'm not going to get Swifties on me, but like
Like a doxed and harassed.
I mean, I was listening to a lot of
about Taylor Swift's music.
literally nothing, and that's why it's the most popular fucking music of all time. It's so stupid. Literally, Taylor Swift is for people with smooth brains. Like that is an undeniable fact. But
I'm a big fan of maybe 5 of her songs.
except for Eric, Rivers Unchosen. I know you're a Swiftie. You're cool. You're one of the good ones.
He's coming on here soon.
Yes, I know. That's why. I was like, hold on. I know you, but you know.
I'm gonna clip this part as a short just for him to see.
God damn it. You're one of the good ones, Eric. I swear.
You have to have like captions that come in on that. Taylor Swift is for smooth brains.
Yes. You can quote me on that, though. Anybody can quote me on that. I will die on that hill.